Hey everybody, it's Jared from Hello Hardware. I'm going to start off real quick. Sorry it's just me, again. David had a lot of work this semester that needed to be done, so there was just no way we were going to be able to do a video with him this week. We're going to try again a little later, but I got 3 things I'd like to get into. 2 reviews and 1 awesome idea for advertisement for a video game, and we'll get into that part last. But first we'll get into one of the reviews. First chance I had, I got into the Battlefield 3 beta. I know I've been tooting my horn about it for a couple videos now, and I figured I'd play the beta, see what's going on. I'm going to get right to the rating. With the issues that the beta had, it was still a 6 out of 10. That doesn't say much. I mean, it's a beta. It's not the final game. And a lot of the problems that people were having, whether it was the no-clipping issue or the feigned death issue, which I thought was really interesting, it still was a very strong and well-managed game. Graphically, it is intense, and there were a lot of options that were not available graphically that will be available in the final game. A lot of the issues that people were having, DICE has already taken the time to fix and tell everybody, hey, we got that fixed. Final game won't have that issue. They haven't officially worded whether or not they fixed the no-clipping and the feigned death issue yet, which to me were 2 major issues. No-clipping, essentially going right through walls with bullets. I mean, you were essentially in a rock mass firing at people, which was retarded. As well as the feigned death, where you swear you're going by a dead person, the next thing you know, you're getting shot by that person who looks incredibly dead. Those were 2 very large issues. They hopefully are fixing that or have already fixed it. So here's hoping to that. If they can polish it out, I can see this being a 9 out of 10 game. It looks to be incredible. I just want them to finish polishing it out. And it would be really cool if they did that. The second game I'm going to go ahead and get right to the review of is Rage. I played it for the PC. Super disappointed. I mean, it was terrible. And the only reason why I'm mentioning specifically that I played it for PC is that a lot of the issues that the game had, people on console are not having that issue. The game has some issues because when it was being worked on for the last 5+ years, they were working on it with older hardware, older drivers, older firmware for video cards. So new cards, new drivers, more updated drivers, newer problems. I'm not going to say don't buy Rage because that's in your own opinion, your own choice to do so. But I will say I would wait at least for patches that will fix the graphical issues. Not saying that the game isn't beautiful looking, because it really is a beautiful looking game. But there are too many issues that it just doesn't, for me, it doesn't work for me. And I didn't like it. I would personally rate it, a 5 out of 10. It's still playable, still able to do it, but the bugs are pretty hefty. And it just doesn't, for me, it didn't make sense. I didn't buy it. I got to play it at somebody else's, and it was still fun to play. The single player story it's an ID story. It doesn't exactly have one. It's just shoot, run and gun. It's kind of nice though. I mean, it still kind of has some nice elements to it, but in the end, I'm not going to go out and purchase it. If you have a console, people are giving it praise for the Xbox because it doesn't have the issues that the PC version has. The problem that really bothered me with Rage is that Carmack came out first stating, we developed this for PC first in mind. Consoles got the port, and then when it finally hit shelves, it was the exact opposite. It seemed like they had focused on it for console and then said, well, okay, well, now let's make it PC friendly, and I just find that to be a load of malarkey. And now he's coming out and stating, hey, you know what, we're going to go ahead and focus on console games first, because that technically is where the market's at. And then we'll go ahead and say, okay, the console part's done. Now we can port it to PC. And that's, a lot of developers already do that. All they're doing is joining the mix. I'm not upset at them for that. I'm upset that they said at first, this is for PC users, and then turned around and said, well, it's not really for PC users. So, 5 out of 10. If you're okay with the graphic issues, you might still enjoy it, but I just won't do it myself. Finally, I'd like to talk about a game called Afterfall Insanity. Why am I going to talk about this game? I'm going to talk about it because of its marketing strategy. Quite possibly one of the most interesting and could possibly be one of the most viral marketing strategies I think I've ever seen. The strategy right now, I'm going to post a link for the site down below, essentially is this. They are going to shoot for 10 million pre-orders at $1 a piece. If they hit 10 million pre-orders at $1 a piece, you will officially own that game at $1. That's it. They'll take the $10 million. $9 million will go to the developer to cover the cost of creating the game and the coding costs. Then the remaining $1 million will go to a charity. It's undisclosed as to what that charity is just yet, but the fact that it's going to a charity and not all going into somebody's deep pocket is pretty incredible to me. If they don't reach the 10 million, then that $1 pre-order will count toward the normal price of the game. So if it's a $50 game, you're only going to pay $49. They don't have the official full price of the game listed yet. Judging by the fact that it looks to be an indie developer, I'm not going to say that's going to be more than $30, but that's my own opinion. The strategy is really incredible. The downfall of the strategy is this. I've only seen it listed at one place so far that they're even doing this, and that is a disappointment. This strategy will work so well if everybody essentially starts spreading the word. The game looks like Dead Space 2 and Uncharted had a baby, and it looks really incredible looking. There is a trailer for the game at the website that I'll post. It just looks nice. It really does. And for $1, I don't see a problem, especially if they hit 10 million pre-orders. I don't see a problem putting $1 in myself, so I know I did that already. My question to everybody, or more like request, is please, I incur you, please push it out to everybody. It's $1. $1 coming out of your pocket for a game that could be incredible. The game looks fantastic, and if it's for $1, even better. If you have a friend who's a fan of Dead Space 2 or Dead Space or Uncharted, this is an awesome deal, $1. So I encourage you, if you have a YouTube page, post information about it, put the link down below. It doesn't matter as long as it gets out to people. The game comes out November 25th. That's the official deadline for 10 million pre-orders. So, you know, please make it happen. So again, I am sorry for the oneness of myself by myself, being alone by myself. Hopefully next video, David will be back and we can get back into a routine. I know I've said that before in many videos, but I want to make sure that, you know, even though we're busy, we have multiple projects that are coming out, we want to still focus on our subscribers. Even if it's 1 or 500,000 subscribers, I don't care. Get the same attention. And, you know, if anybody out there can think of something we can do to reach more people without being, you know, pushy or anything weird, I'd love to hear the suggestion, because we really do want to reach more people, just to be out there more. So I guess that's it. Oh, and one final thing, and I'll post a quick video link down below. Apparently there's been a rumor that dragons are finally coming to Minecraft. Notch has done something on his Twitter page, or on his blog page rather, where he has stated finally dragons, but the link for the image has kind of disappeared. And so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what happens. But until then, everybody have a wonderful night. Thank you for tuning in. And thanks for watching.